People are so quick to say, oh, people just don't want to work these days. Oh, no one wants to work. Hey, how come it takes 5,000 applications just to get 2 interviews? Huh?
Cashiers at Buc-ee's start at $18 an hour. Admissions at my hospital is starting at $15 an hour.
If you have a boss who makes tedious and labor-intensive last-minute requests, a schedule you can't change without approval, coworkers who are always complaining when they're the main ones who don't really do shit and you gotta pick up the slack for them, and you end up carrying more weight than your job description says you should, you're not alone.
Good, loyal employees never get paid what they deserve.
The companies hiring that require people to have 4-year bachelor's degrees, why are you offering 45 if you have a bachelor's and 50 if you have a master's?
They say that the job rate is $24 an hour, and then you get there and it's literally $17.50.
Hey everyone, I'm just here to rant. I'm sick and tired of people saying that millennials don't want to work, and they're like, why don't we want to have kids? I can tell you exactly why. I get paid for overtime. I've been working overtime every week for a year, a little over a year straight now. So I get paid extra for that. I work about 5 hours of overtime every 2 weeks, so about 2.5 hours every week of overtime, and I work 40 hours a week, roughly. It's 80 hours. These are my pay rate. This is what I probably should be getting at. But then taxes kills me, and I'm only getting this to survive on. So add that together twice. It's not a lot. I don't know how people can afford anything in the economy.
People are so quick to say, oh, people just don't want to work these days. Oh, no one wants to work. Hey, how come it takes 5,000 applications just to get 2 interviews? Huh? Not to mention the application process for each job has to be specific. We need keywords. We need a specific cover letter. We need to adjust our resume. We can't just send out the same resume. We have to adjust it with the stupid keywords just to get a glance. It takes so much work just to try to get work. But no, yeah, it's our fault, right? It should not take me applying to 5,000 jobs to get 5 interviews. That just doesn't make sense. And then out of those interviews, you might get 1 offer, but then you might not. And if you do, it's probably the lowest salary possible that, hey, you can't live on that. So because I want a livable wage, I don't want to work.
For the companies hiring that require people to have 4-year bachelor's degrees, why are you offering $50,000 a year? Wait, 45 if you have a bachelor's and 50 if you have a master's. So you're telling me I took out all of these loans for school to then work a job that won't allow me to pay these loans off that I took out to try to get this job? I'm just trying to understand that. Do you expect people to live off of $45,000 or $50,000 a year? I'm just really curious because I'm trying to understand how that works.
Is anybody else having the issue of places lying in their job description, and then you go into the interview and it's like they say that the job rate is $24 an hour, and then you get there and it's literally $17.50? Like, this has happened to me at multiple job interviews. Thank God I have a PRN position that's paying well, but like, I get that you think if you can get people in the door, like, you can get people hired for your position, but not whenever you're advertising $6 more than you're actually paying. Like, that's fucking crazy. I could make $16 an hour at McDonald's right now.
Hey, if you're looking for a job, I found a great gig for you. Just drove by Little Caesars. They're paying $12 an hour. So, due to that math, after taxes and insurance and all that other bullshit, you're getting paid less than $9 an hour to work there. Okay, so let's say you put in 40 hours in a work week, okay? That's 160 hours you're working in a month, okay? You're getting paid less than $1,600. The cheapest place you can rent around here is like $1,200 before taxes and shit, okay? That means you're getting about $400 walking around money. $400 walking around money won't even pay your car payment. That shit won't even pay for your food. How the fuck is this allowed in our country? The land of the free? Or like the land of the fucking broke and underpaid?
Controversial opinion. You can disagree, agree with me. I don't really care, but this is just my opinion. I've been seeing Facebook posts, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram posts, everything. Cashiers at Buc-ee's start at $18 an hour. Admissions at my hospital is starting at $15 an hour. I've been there for 2 years now. Almost 3, actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, almost 3. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I make $15.38. I'm actually with the patients doing daily living things for them, helping them every time I work, wiping their butts for a living pretty much, helping them to the bathroom, get a shower, make their bed, do everything for them, and I get paid $15.38. I'm not sure how that makes sense, but I think PCTs, CNAs are getting underpaid for how much they have to do. Not one are they only doing the things that they have to do in their job description, but they're doing more than what they're supposed to half the time. Like, I don't know, change dressings because the nurse doesn't want to. Not saying nurses don't do that, but like, we do more than what people think we do. And getting paid $15 or 38 cents more than $15 is ridiculous, considering cashiers at Buc-ee's are making $18 an hour. Like, if I had a Buc-ee's where I lived, I would be quitting my hospital job and going there and working. Managers at Buc-ee's are making 6 figures. 6 figures. Half the nurses here don't even make 6 figures. I just don't get that. Can somebody please explain that to me?
I'm gonna tell you the real reasons why good, loyal employees never get paid what they deserve. This is coming from my years of experience in HR, recruitment, and now career coaching thousands of people. The main reason why companies don't give good employees the raise they deserve, it's based on psychology. They already know what they're making right now, and they use that as an anchor and use that to then determine their raise. So for example, if someone's already making $100,000, they might get a raise of 5%, 7%. If they're really lucky, maybe 10 to 12%. But that's again because they have an anchor of what they currently make, which is $100,000. Versus someone new coming in to maybe even the same role, their anchor is based off of the market, while other similar companies are paying for this exact role. So if other companies are paying $135,000, maybe even $150,000, that is going to be the new offer for the new person. So if you're currently underpaid big time and want to get back up to market value, really the best way is for you to get a new job with a competitor who can pay you what you deserve. All right? Now you know.
Something that helps keep me grounded no matter what job I'm at is I'll start a list of reasons why it is that I need to leave, even if I love the job. And right now at the top of that list is the fact that I get paid semi-monthly, because the second paycheck that I get, I'm one of those people that lives off of credit cards. I like to get my points and my cash back, but doing that has been not the same since the bills are due sooner than the money is hitting my account. And I consider myself to be pretty good at budgeting, but it's like it has to be reinvented because money, the routine money, not the money from my clients or from my Etsy shop and all of that stuff, that money that I know I'm going to get every single month on the exact same days, it doesn't look the same.
What's on my mind right now is minimum wage jobs, employees, and mindsets. I have seen so many times on this app people saying that they don't get paid enough to do their job. I'm not talking about the situations where, you know, you have to deal with like Karens and like people yelling at you and throwing stuff at you. Like, no one should have to deal with that. Like, no one gets paid enough to deal with that. I'm talking about doing your job correctly. As an example, I posted a video complaining that Marshalls put something back out on the shelves that I returned because it was broken, and they didn't like mark it down or, you know, advertise that it was damaged, which means that someone will have to go through what I did and purchase the item and, you know, have something broken and may not have the ability to return it, like they don't have the receipt or their way of the packaging. I don't know. Some of the comments were saying, we don't get paid enough. What do you mean you don't get paid enough to do your job? Like, having that mindset is going to keep you from succeeding. I've worked a lot of minimum wage jobs, so like I totally understand like not getting paid a lot and feeling like you're doing a lot of work and not getting a lot of reward. But sadly, in the capitalist society we live in, that's just how things function. And doing nothing is not going to solve that problem. So step one is to change the mindset, because if you're in the mindset where you are not doing your job 110%, you are not going to move up, you are not going to become like a manager, you're not going to make more money, you're not going to get a better job. I think the higher achieving, the better. This is coming from like a chronic overachiever. Like, I cannot do anything like that is expected of me by other people without doing it 110%, because I hate letting people down and I want to do my job correctly. I have done the most tedious jobs without getting paid. So like an internship, for example, where I'm just getting like credit for a class. I promise you, I put so much more work into that internship than if I was just going to take a class and get credit for it. And it sucked. But I was good at my job. And you know, that has its benefits and will help you succeed in life. Because if you constantly think like, oh, I don't get paid enough for this, oh, it's not worth it, then you're just going to underachieve and you're not going to meet the bar and you're not going to succeed. Another example is teachers. I know a lot of teachers literally do not get paid enough to do what they do, but they still do it because they care about their job and what they do affects other people. That's essentially also what I'm trying to get at, not only being successful, but also impacting those around you. So if I'm a teacher and I get paid salary, assuming that it's, you know, the regular school hours, that does not include time spent outside of those school hours doing work. I don't get paid for that. So should I just not give feedback on essays because I don't get paid enough for that? Or should I still do 110% and do my job correctly because it's going to benefit my students and it's also going to make me feel better about myself and make me a better teacher? Other people are going to recognize that, and that's how you move up in life and get more opportunities. My whole point is stop underachieving, stop having that mindset because it doesn't only affect you, but affects those around you. And let's just all be successful here.